Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In the continuation of my earlier video, I am posting 50 more questions in Salesforce admin interview question series. So here is the set 2. So let's go and get started. So describe two types of relationship query. There are two types of relationship queries in Salesforce: child to parent and parent to child relationship queries. 2. Identify the relationship between two objects. We can identify the relationship between the two objects by looking at the field detail through Object Manager. 3. Create a child to parent using dot notation. Select name, account dot name from contact. So we can refer child to parent by dot notation. Create a parent to child query using subquery. So select name in the subquery. So select name from contacts from account. So contact is the relationship name for contacts. Use a subquery to filter query results. So we can also filter query result in from the subquery. So this is the way we can do. Select name from contacts from account where account ID in. Select account ID from contact where last name is anything Forbes in this case. So how do you write a SOQL query to fetch a data from multiple objects? To fetch a data from multiple object in SOQL, we can use relationship queries. So in earlier questions we have seen we can create parent to child and child to parent relationship. So what is the difference between SOQL and SOSL? So SOSL stands for Salesforce Object Search Language. And when would you use one over other? So SOQL and SOSL are both Salesforce data query language, but they serve different purposes. SOQL is object based, allowing for specific query on a single object or related objects. It is ideal when we know which object the data resides in. On the other hand, SOSL is text based and allows for general searching of text across multiple objects. This makes it suitable when the exact location of data is unknown. 8. Can you explain how to use like operator in SOQL query? In Salesforce object query language, the like operator is used to match a specified pattern in a query. It is similar to SQL's like operator and it allows wildcard character usage. Example. So select ID, name from account where name like in the percentage sign you can include the wild characters. So and we are storing it in the list of account and the variable name is ACC list. So ACC list will basically have all the data uh, which is like Acme. So describe the use of aggregate functions in SOQL. Aggregate function in SOQL are used to summarize data similar to SQL. They include count, sum, average, max, and minimum. These functions can be used on any field that contains numeric or date time data. For example, select owner ID, count ID from account group by owner ID. So this query provides a summary of how many accounts each users own. Explain the significance of the order by clause in SOQL. The order by SOQL is important for sorting query result. It arranges query result in either ascending or descending order based on the specific field. So select name industry from account order by industry. So the default order is always ascending. So if we are not specifying, it will always be ascending. Describe the usage of group by clause in SOQL and when to use having with it. So the group by clause is used to group records that have same value in specified fields into consolidated data. This can be utilized with the aggregate functions like sum, max, count, average, etc. to perform operation on the group records. Having clause on the other hand is used in conjunction with group by. So to filter result based on the condition applied to aggregated data. So having clause we always use on the aggregated data. So on the aggregate functions. So unlike where, which filters before aggregation. So we don't use where clause in aggregation. So having filter used in aggregate functions. Example, how many leads are associated with each lead source. So select lead source count, specify the field name from lead group by lead source. So if we are interested in lead source values that have generated more than 100 leads, then we can use the having clause. So select lead source count name from lead group by lead source having count name which is having greater than 100. Okay. Give an example to write a SOQL query to fetch only the distinct results. In SOQL, there is not a direct keyword like distinct to fetch unique records. However, we can achieve this by group by clause. This clause group the results set by one or more columns. For example, select name, count ID from account group by name having count ID equals to 1. What are custom settings and types of custom settings? Custom settings are similar to custom objects where you keep your frequently accessed data. Custom settings are stored in cache, means data is easy to access. Custom setting data can be accessible without writing SOQL query. There are two types of custom setting, list and hierarchy. So list is used where the same data for where we want to display same data for every user in OR. Hierarchy data can be fetched based on profile and user. How to fetch data in custom settings? So we can fetch data in custom settings through through functions, right? And we can fetch data without using SOQL query. So here is an example. So my custom settings underscore c get all dot values. So by using this method, we can get the values in the custom settings. So we can still use SOQL query to fetch custom setting, but that is not required. So we can also use SOQL query to fetch custom settings, but that is not recommendable. What is the difference between custom setting and custom object? Custom setting doesn't have page layout, tabs, relationship field, picklist field, long text field, right? What is the advantage of using custom setting? They are easily customizable by administrator without requiring code changes. They can be accessed and modified at runtime, providing flexibility in managing application settings. They can be accessed by all users or specific profiles, allowing for targeted configuration management. They enable you to create custom sets of data and associate them with an organization, profile, and specific user. They are exposed in the application cache, which enables efficient access without the cost of repeated queries to the database. What are the disadvantages with custom settings? Custom settings data cannot be deployable. So we cannot deploy the custom setting. We can only deploy the structure of the table. Only 300 fields are allowed in custom settings. Custom settings count against the total number of custom objects in the organization. And tabs cannot be created in custom settings. What is custom metadata? It is similar to custom setting with few differences. Um, we create table which is frequently and easily accessed, similar to custom settings. So what is the difference? Unlike custom settings, we fetch records through SOQL uh, in custom metadata, and but the but the calls are not counted against the governor limits. Custom metadata is deployable. Not only we can deploy the table structure, but also we can deploy the data. So that is the major difference. It has more data type. So it is possible to create lookup relationship with another custom metadata table we can also create formula fields, validation rules. Um, but it is not hierarchy based. So whenever we have to use, hierarchy based, we want to show display data as per the profile or user, then we have to use uh, custom settings. So that is hierarchy based custom setting we have to use. What are standard objects? Standard objects are the objects that are included with Salesforce. Common business objects like account, contact, lead, opportunity are all standard objects um, that are provided by Salesforce. What are custom objects? Custom objects are those objects that you create to store information that is specific to your company or industry. Objects are containers for your information, but they also give you special functionality. For example, when you create a custom object, the platform automatically builds things like page layout for the user interface. What is a report and types of reports available in Salesforce? A report is a list of records like opportunity or accounts that meet the criteria we define. It can be filtered, grouped, and we can also do math on the record. So there are four types of reports available in Salesforce: tabular, summary, matrix, and joint reports. So define tabular report. Tabular report are the simplest and fastest ways to look at your data. So it is similar to spreadsheet. They consist simply of an ordered set of fields in columns with each matching record listed in a row. Define summary reports. Summary reports are similar to tabular report but also allow you to group rows of data. So we can basically view subtotals, create charts. Summary report gives us many more options for organizing the data and are great for use in dashboard. Define matrix report. Matrix report allow you to group records both by row and columns. These reports are the most time consuming to set up, but they also provide the most detailed view of your data. Define joint reports. In Salesforce, a joint report is a report that combines two reports that have different report types with a single view. Joint reports are often used when objects are not in parent-child relationship, such as accounts and opportunities. Each joint reports can contain up to 5 report blocks, each of which contains customizable data, including summaries, custom formulas, with data stored by filters of your choice. The most uh, basic use case of joint report is to display different views of data from the same object in the same report. How reports are saved in Salesforce. Every report is stored in folder. Reports folders determine how reports are accessed and who can access them to view, edit, or manage. Folders can be public, hidden, or shared. You control who has access to the contents of the folder based on rules, permission, public groups, territory, and license types. What is dashboard? A dashboard is a visual display of key metrics and trends of records in your org. Each dashboard widget is based on single source report. Like reports, dashboards are also stored in folders. If you have access to a folder, you can view its dashboards. To view the individual dashboard widgets, you also need access to the underlying reports. Can we schedule reports in Salesforce? Yes, we can schedule report to run daily, weekly, or monthly in Salesforce. We can also send an HTML version of the report by email to users in our organization. Here are the steps to schedule a report in Salesforce. So basically, you open the report tabs, choose the report type that you would like to schedule, and click on the name. Select Run Report button and choose schedule future runs for the drop down menu. Choose the frequency of the report and time zone in which you want it to run. Select the recipient of the report and the format in which it should be delivered. What are static and dynamic dashboard in Salesforce? Each dashboard has a running users whose security settings determine which data to display in dashboard. So in static dashboard, running user is always static, is a specific user. If the running user is specific user, all dashboard viewers see data based on the security setting of that user. regardless of their own personal security settings. Whereas in case of dynamic dashboard, um, where the running user is not a specific user, in dynamic dashboard, each user sees dashboard according to his or own access level. So basically, running user, um, um, basically will see data as per the running user, logged in user. So will data as per our own security and settings. What is report type? A report type is like a template. Choosing the right report type is important in building a report, because when you choose a report type, you are selecting the records, fields that are available for your report. Each report type has a primary object and can optionally include related objects. Salesforce offers two report types: standard report type that Salesforce provides; custom report type that you build as per your business requirement, or as per your business requirement. What is bucket field in Salesforce? Through bucket field, we can categorize data in reports without creating a new field. Bucket is used to basically bucket columns of three data kinds: picklist, number, text. What are the steps involved in building up the reports? To create a report in Salesforce, you navigate to reports object, choose a Salesforce report type, and you filter your data and click the outline pane to show what columns and fields that you want to display on the report, and then you group your data, then you run the report. What are cross filters? You basically, we can filter a report by child object using with or without conditions. So we can add some filters to further filters by field on the child object. For example, if we have a cross filters of account with contacts, click add contact filters and we can create contact name equals acme sub filter to include those contacts. Give one example of one report that you have built using summary report type. So you can give this example: build report on the closed cases where we want to view the count of the closed cases grouped by priority type, right? Give one example of one report that you have built using matrix report types. So I have built report on the opportunities where user wanted to see the opportunities by sum of amount. So basically, to summarize the report by sum of amount, you have to click the amount column and click summarize and select sum. Under group rows, from the add group, choose pick list, select close month, and under group columns from the add group pick list type, select type. So that way we can build the report of opportunities by sum of amount. Which reports we can use in dashboard? We can use tabular group summary as an underlying report in dashboard. Describe page layouts in Salesforce. Page layout controls the layout and organization of buttons, fields, as controls, visual force, custom links, and related list on object record pages. They also help to determine which fields are visible, read only, and required. Use page layout to customize the content of the record pages for your users. How page layouts are assigned. A user profile determines which page layout will be available to user. In addition, if the organization is using record types for a particular object, the combination of user profile and the record type determine which page layout is displayed when user views the record for that object. What is record type? Through record type, we can manipulate data on an object to cater needs of different sets of user. For example, suppose we have a customer support team. They are working on two types of cases: external cases or internal cases. Then we might need different page layout, pick list values, and business processes for different types of cases. Like definition for record type. So you can define in this way: record type is an incredible tool to manipulate data around an object. So basically it controls three things: page layouts, pick list values, and business processes. So important point, one profile can have one page layout, but with the help of record types, we can assign multiple page layouts to one profile. What are business processes in record types? Business processes. There are the special picklist field which determine the life cycle of leads, cases, opportunity, and solution objects. What is a picklist field? A picklist is a field that allows a set of values to be displayed in a drop-down menu. Picklists only allow you to pick one value from the list. What is global picklist? Global picklist allows you to define a standardized set of values that can be used across multiple fields in your Salesforce organization. It helps to ensure data consistency and accuracy by providing central repository of predefined values that can be shared among different picklist fields. So you can use global picklist value set to share value across objects, custom picklist fields, and to restrict the picklist to only the value that you specified. What is the restricted picklist option? So restricted picklist option prevents user from adding new value either through the API or other app. This restriction is useful for keeping your data consistent. So whenever you are creating picklist field, there is an option. So if you want to, put the restriction, right? What is dependent picklist? Dependent picklist are the filtered values based on the selection from another picklist or checkbox on the same record, right? What are global actions? Global actions in Salesforce are quick and customizable shortcuts that provide user with a convenient way to perform critical tasks without needing to navigate multiple pages or tabs. So they allow users to log calls details, create or update records, or send an email without leaving the page they are on. So global um, actions allow users to create object records, and the new record has no direct relationship with the records. Global actions are available in Salesforce Classic and Lightning Experience, right? What are object specific actions? So object specific action let user create or update records in the context of particular objects. So in Salesforce mobile app or Salesforce uh, desktop app, object specific actions show up on record detail pages. So for example, an action associated with opportunity object is only available when user is looking at an opportunity. So through object specification, we are basically whenever we are creating record, so it will associate the parent will associate with the parent record, right? So that is the difference. So what is queue in Salesforce? A queue in Salesforce is a container that holds a set of records that need to be worked on specific group of people. These records can be anything from lead cases or custom objects. So records remain in the queue until queue member takes the ownership of the record. What is the difference between queue and public group? Queues are typically used when we want to assign a record to bunch of users, while public groups are used primarily for security and sharing data. Who can become queue member? So we can queue member can be individual user, roles, plus roles and subordinates. Either we can assign some public group to be a queue member. What is assignment rule in Salesforce? Assignment rule in Salesforce are used to automatically assign leads or cases to owners. So they are used to automate owner assignment on case and lead object based on the condition on case or lead object. So here I will conclude the video of 50 interview question that are related to Salesforce administration. So please let me know if you have any question or any feedback. And in the upcoming days, I will upload more interview question in the same series. Thank you very much. And